opinion poll. So you have a surrogate opinion poll shown on the TV, and people who can show it, who has the money and who can buy the time, and they can only show it. So it is somewhere. It is somewhere. So basically, now I have to make 2 points here. One, that for me, opinion polls are compromising. I am not saying ban them. They will die their own death. One knows it. Even Broad doesn't like it, but they will. My basic point
they never
is,
have anyway.
they have because opinion polls are based on a very weak research wicket that I normally call popcorn research. It gives you instant taste, but it does not follow the rigors of scientific methods. So for me, as a student of social sciences, this is the one major drawback of these opinion polls. It's a popcorn research, nothing else, nothing more. Gives you instant taste, may not make much impact.
Popcorns are much in demand.
Much in demand. That is why I basically, this is the point. And second, other than the popcorn research, the second aspect of this is that they are there, to create a, just like, bordering with, prediction is bordering with astrology. And there is a very thin line between the two. And today, if you ban it, opinion polls, they will rely on astrologers. For me, opinion poll person and astrologer are one of the same thing. So I am not in favor of ban, but I do understand the limitations of it. They must be monitored, and there has to be alternate watch of some of the very strong people. The people, those are independent thing, they should also come on the TV. They should get the space and say this opinion poll is appears to be not right or a fake. That kind of concept program.
Dr. Anand, now Professor Broad feels they are absolutely necessary,
yes,
and Dr. Kumar feels that it's nothing more than popcorn research.
No, I think, psephology, PACP,
yes.
Psephology is the most sophisticated science of
provided it is done sophisticatedly.
What I should tell you, and I differ with Election Commission and all other experts who say that there should be a complete ban on exit polls. I sincerely feel that voters are very, very intelligent. Even voters in the countryside, whenever they have come across, whenever they feel that this government should go, they have done it. They have exercised their responsibility. And I don't think that only because I don't think that only because 3 to 4 channels or 3 to 4 newspapers have given an opinion poll, which you call phony opinion polls, people will simply be influenced by it. I don't think so.
No, I think
people will exercise.
Only one point here.
Yes,
only
yes,
one point.
yes.
When you are talking of surrogate news, the same logic should apply there. Then people will not be influenced by the surrogate news if one is not influenced by these opinion polls. If you are taking that logic.
No, but what about culpability? Culpability. What about culpability?
Okay.
You need to be made accountable.
You need to be made accountable. Dr. Bedi, ये बताइए कि opinion poll और exit polls के ऊपर दूसरे countries में क्या नियम हैं?
There are various countries, but we have seen that जो established democracies हैं, उनमें trend is not to impose any kind of ban because everyone upholds freedom of expression, and time and again the laws of various countries including India have recognized that freedom of press is a very integral part of our fundamental right, freedom of expression. We do not want to violate that. Even internationally जो हमारा Human Rights Convention है, Universal Declaration on Human Rights है, all of them recognize this freedom of expression on the part of media. And it is very important that in a democracy to let the opinion of the people be shown, that media should have this medium of opinion in exit polls. Out of the established democracies जो ये हम बात करते हैं, only Italy is the only country which actually bans, and that is also not for more than 24 hours prior to election day.
So primarily, I think we all agree that they perhaps they should not be banned. We need to do something about it. Dr. Pramod Kumar, what is it that we need to do?
We have to have an oversight.
Okay.
At different levels of oversight of those people who are known for their independence, objectivity, and non-partisanship. So that oversight should be given space. At that time on the TVs and on the newspapers, and they can give their comments on specific opinion polls or even surrogate news. So they should come forward with those kind of comments and publish and articulate their views on the TV channels. That will at least start a debate and make these things unaffordable.
So do you think we can ban some of those who go terribly wrong? You can blacklist some of those psephologists, those organizations which carry out these opinion polls or exit polls?
I already said that banning is not the answer in democracy, because if you ban it, the astrologer will come, or they will come under some other guard.
But at least the ones who are deliberately doing a wrong can at least be blacklisted. They can't be allowed to.
The second point I'll again submit. I mean, in this, that these should be considered part of the campaign. Now, that these are the campaign instruments, that opinion polls are part of the campaign. So people are doing it. Let them do it. So if you think that way, the problem is solved. That is a campaign. People are doing campaign where you tell all lies or false or truth, whatever. People will decide what is all about. So these oversight can only help you to understand that these campaigns are false or right. So opinion polls should be treated at par with campaigns.
डॉक्टर बरार, एक दूसरे इशू के बारे में बात करते हैं कि चुनाव के ठीक पहले नॉर्मली गवर्नमेंट विज्ञापन का दौर भी शुरू हो जाता है, उसके ऊपर कोई चेक पाबंदी लगाने की जरूरत है?
अगर वो पार्टी जिसकी सरकार है पार्टी कर रही है तो दैट पार्टी इज एट पार विद अदर्स मोर और लेस. अगर सरकार कर रही है तो सरकार को बेसिकली
गवर्नमेंट एडवर्टाइजमेंट की बात,
हाँ गवर्नमेंट एडवर्टाइजमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, तो गवर्नमेंट एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स तो नेचुरली शुड बी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड इन द सेंस दैट व्हाई इज इट दैट द गवर्नमेंट फील्स द नीड टू पब्लिसाइज इट्स अचीवमेंट्स और अटेनमेंट्स एट अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम एंड नॉट थ्रू आउट द पीरियड ऑफ 5 years.
और नॉर्मली ये इलेक्शन के ठीक 6 महीने या 8 महीने पहले ये शुरू हो जाती है एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स. दे आर ऑन द इंक्रीज. आई थिंक द न्यूज़पेपर्स लव देम. नो,
newspapers love them. It is good revenue for newspapers, for the media. But I don't know whether the government can, whether any ban can be imposed on these government advertisements, because government will as well say that no, it is a legitimate part of government's work. We will have to campaign, we will have to put in place the propagate the policies and programs of the government.
डॉक्टर बेदी, एक और ट्रेंड जो बड़ा नोटिस होता है इलेक्शन से ठीक पहले, वो होता है गवर्नमेंट रैलीज का. अगर नॉर्मली गवर्नमेंट हर महीने में 2 रैलीज करती है, तो इलेक्शन के 10 महीने पहले या 8 महीने पहले वो करीब 5 या 10 रैली शुरू हो जाती हैं. एंड ऑल दैट इज द गवर्नमेंट एट द पीपल्स एक्सपेंस. शुड दे बी अलाउड?
Actually, if you go through the election code, there are some rules and regulations provided जहाँ पे आप ये करने, government cannot do these things. They have to show full accountability. The only thing is ये सब करते हैं या नहीं करते, वो क्वेश्चन मार्क रह जाता है, बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट कहीं जगह वेर इट इज ऑल पावरफुल, इट इज एबल टू डू मेनी थिंग्स विच इट गेट्स अवे विद. अदरवाइज इन द लॉ, इलेक्शन कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट में ये है कि रैलीज पे भी उनके
that is only once the election code of conduct comes into being.
हाँ जी.
Normally governments start doing these things about 6 to 8 months before the elections.
हाँ जी,
or maybe even earlier.
even earlier, but जब अनाउंस करते हैं कि when the writ of election is issued, जब अनाउंस होता है कि
then of course election commission की शुरू हो जाती है.
The point is the electoral platform will have to be a level playing field for all political parties. So if the government goes on, holding rallies, flashing huge advertisements at government expense, I think you cannot say that we are going in for a free and fair election.
पर उसका
definitely
issue ये है कि कितनी देर पहले उनको
I think maybe a time limit can be stipulated. So I think 6 months is fair enough. Government should not be allowed, otherwise the opposition will be at
a loss.
At a loss, at a disadvantage.
I thought of another thing.
Yes.
अगर total budget एक सरकार का 5 सालों का on DAVP इतना है, let's say X है, तो the government should not be allowed to spend more than 1/5 of the X in the last year. या तो अपने
I think that's an important suggestion, very valuable suggestion.
I can tell you here,
but here
a lot of mathematics is more.
Here the problem would be which is now also which exists. The payments to the advertisers are made much before the code of conduct starts, and that payment is made much before. So one can understand. The arithmetic they will calculate in different way. But the point which was being made here. There is a code of conduct which has been evolved by all the political parties. It's not something which is legal. Now here in this case, one would like that all the political parties together, because in some state one political party is in power, in the other state political party is in power. They should come together and arrive at this consensus that 6 months before, no government should go in for advertisement. Political parties may but not the government. I think that's
so it can be done by some kind of a consensus.
Consensus by all
and all party meeting can be convened by the election commission.
Now, Dr. Pramod Kumar indicated something quite interesting. He said that the government or the election commission should perhaps buy airtime on various television channels, and then the various political parties should be able to air their views on this airtime that has been. Do you think it is practical in the Indian context, where you don't have a two-party system, you have a multi-party system?
It should be not a very difficult thing. I mean, democracy is an expensive system. Elections are expensive. If we think democracy is something well worth it, then the government could think of spending money on this as well. I don't think it will be a huge cost, if it ensures better democracy.
Dr. Bedi, are you in favor of the various parties being given airtime on the television channel?
Absolutely, and it should be done equally.
Yeah.
सबको equal time मिले, and इसमें कोई वो नहीं है. It's not the first time we are having elections that we don't know what parties are there. There are established parties, especially जो national political parties हैं.
But what about the independents?
Independent candidates का वैसे भी बहुत question mark है, because there are a lot of independent candidates which are not really over there. It's a sham which is going on. Independent candidates का जो genuine है वो आगे आते हैं, which you have seen that they are working and they are doing the things. You get to know over a period of time. So,
right. Just before I close, I want your
registered political parties.
Okay, registered political parties.
Not just
before we close, a quick reaction from each one of you that during the elections, to oversee the functioning of the media, do we need some kind of a media committee,
yes,
which is constituted by the Election Commission of India? Is that?
I think it's necessary. Media will have to be actively involved in the electoral process. Maybe the Press Council of India can even take the lead in.
So you are suggesting that the Press Council of India, along with the Election Commission of India,
because right now the Press
the
Council is not doing anything actually.
a media committee to oversee the functioning of the media.
I mean, a media oversight committee should be set up
before the elections.
Before the election, consisting of representing different shades of people. They should also, come people from the political parties and also, from the media and then independent people.
So media oversight committee, आप भी इसके हक में हैं?
Absolutely होनी चाहिए. Also मुझे लगता है the electronic media gets left out, because Press Council of India is not really taking that into account. So electronic media also should have something similar to the Press Council, which is able to take care of its doing.
Broadcasters Association.
Yeah,
we have a News Broadcasters Association. Professor Brar, are you in favor of a media oversight committee during the elections?
Absolutely, but rather than Press Council or Broadcasters Associations, which don't have a statutory authority, could we consider the Election Commission itself setting up before elections some kind of oversight? It will be an extended arm of the Election Commission itself, and it will be a temporary thing. It will operate only for some time, just before the election and during the election.
So हम सबका मानना है कि एक मीडिया ओवरसाइट कमेटी होनी चाहिए. आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आप डिस्कशन में आए. मीडिया जनता की राय बनाने में एक अहम भूमिका अदा करती है, खासकर चुनाव के दौरान. ऐसे में मीडिया को निष्पक्ष रहने की जरूरत है. इसके लिए ना सिर्फ मीडिया को अपनी हदें तय करनी होगी, बल्कि चुनाव आयोग, प्रेस काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया और न्यूज ब्रॉडकास्टर्स एसोसिएशन के साथ तालमेल बिठाकर काम करना होगा. चुनाव सुधार पर प्राइम डिबेट के 3 अंकों की कड़ी का पहला हिस्सा यहीं खत्म होता है. आज हमने चुनाव के दौरान मीडिया की भूमिका और जिम्मेदारी पर चर्चा की. कल हम चुनाव प्रबंधन को और पुख्ता बनाने पर बातचीत करेंगे. नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल.